So unfortunately, the Turboant Swift will not fit in the Kitfox. So I'm gonna go ahead and contact them about their scooters, because I do want to come up with actually, two of them, so I have one for my passenger and a good way to get around when we get somewhere. So still gonna go check those out. All right, you guys remember the Swift bike review that I did? And unfortunately, it did not fit in the airplane, which is too bad because it's an awesome bike. Absolutely love it. It's like a little moped. So I've been talking with Turboant, so they have sent me this as their foldable scooter. So we'll take this out and take a look at it and compare it to another one, and we'll give you a report on it. All right, so I got two different scooters from Turboant. Decided to try both of them. This is the X7 Pro. It's a little more expensive, about $549.98. They are offering a deal on these through Memorial Weekend. It does have the detachable battery design, so you can get additional batteries if you want to extend your range. But with this battery fully charged, you're looking at about a 30-mile range on it, top speed of 20. It does have 3 riding modes. And the eco mode, or the low mode, does about 6 miles per hour. The medium mode does about 9 miles per hour, and then the sport mode gives you about 20 miles per hour, and that's really fast on a scooter, guys. 20 feels like you're going 100. But it does have a triple braking system, so when you activate the brake lever on the handlebars, it squeezes the disc in the back, and it also uses electronic braking through the motor. And then the fender also can be pushed down onto the tire using your rear foot to apply braking. It does have a thumb throttle that if you hold at a consistent speed and consistent position for several seconds, it will beep at you and goes into cruise control, which can kind of be cool, but can also kind of catch you off guard because you have to either hit that throttle again or tap the brakes to turn it off. It's got an LED light up front, real bright. You can ride at night. It's pretty cool. And it does fold down, fairly compact. Fits in the Kitfox no problem, and weighs about 33 pounds. Alright guys, so this one is the M10, and it has very similar performance to the X7 Pro. The big things that stand out that are different is it only has a dual braking action, so you have your hand brake that applies brake pressure to the disc. And when you do that, it also uses electronic braking through the electric motor. It doesn't have the fender brake like the X7 does. And the big difference really is it's rear-wheel drive versus front-wheel drive, and the range is quite a bit shorter on the M10 at about 18 miles. And you don't have the interchangeable battery. It's built into the deck. Other than that, the performance of the two were pretty similar. They both have 3 riding modes with a top speed of 6 mile per hour, 9 mile per hour, and 20 mile per hour, depending on what mode you're in. They fold up compact. They both have LED lights. The X7 Pro, the LED lights more integrated into the structure. This one just bolts on. Pneumatic tires on both of them, same size tires at 10 inches. Really, it came down to the X7 Pro has a little bit more refined controls, and it has a longer range. The M10 also uses a on or off throttle that's used with your finger. It doesn't have the variable speed thumb paddle like the X7. So you squeeze the trigger when you want it to go, and if you get to a speed you want, you have to let go and then keep pressing it to maintain that speed. If you find a good comfortable speed and hold it there, it will go into cruise control, but usually that's at a speed that's at full power. So the cruise control is a little bit harder to set at a speed you like. You're better off going to the top of whatever mode. If you want to go 9 miles per hour, you go to the top speed in the medium mode, and let it set the cruise control there. Otherwise, you're doing 20 miles per hour before that cruise control sets in. Both are great options that fit in the Kitfox. I'm glad I've got two of them, so I can take a passenger and we can both go for a ride, trade off, see which one the person likes better. But real happy with both of these scooters. They perform really well.
I like the scooters. They got the good weird handling.
What mode do you have it in right now?
The middle mode.
Middle mode. And what do you have yours on? 1, 2, or 3?
1.
1? Did you try the others?
I've tried 2.
Okay. So be careful going down the hill. We'll go down and we'll take them back up and see how they do going uphill.
All right.
All right, I'll follow you.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to get these scooters back for my kids so I can take them in the airplane. They absolutely love them. We did some hill tests, hill climb tests, and they recommend about a 15% grade max for going uphill, and we found that to be pretty accurate. The X7 Pro actually did better going uphill. It seemed like it had a little bit more power to hold you at like 4 or 5 miles per hour going uphill, where the M10 would actually bog down to the point where it actually stopped. Other than that, the braking action on the X7 also was a little bit better. When you use that fender braking, because you had that that third way of braking on it, so it did stop quicker. But other than that, they top speeds were about the same. They performed about the same as far as everything else. There's a little bit of difference between the rear wheel drive and the front wheel drive. Mostly when you first start out, you end up spinning the tire on the front wheel drive if you don't put your weight forward. But both of them performed really well, and the kids love them. So we've become a pretty big fan of Turboant around the Bowen household. The kids love these. I really like them. The Swift S1 gets a lot of use. It's like a little moped. It's a really fun bike. And the two scooters, you can jump on either one of them. They both perform really well. You'll get a little bit more range, and the interchangeable battery option is really what makes the X7 Pro stand out. If we're going to go flying, take that one. You get 30-mile range out of it. I can see going to Idaho, taking that, landing at McCall, hop on this, ride down into town, get a burger, whatever. I mean, it's really going to be very useful in traveling in the airplane. Same thing with the M10. It can do the same performance-wise, just a little bit less range, and then you don't have the interchangeable battery option. But still, at $480 versus $550, they're real comparable scooters. But that's what I got them for, is to put them in the plane. So let's do that. Let's grab these scooters. We'll go down. I'll show you how they fit in the back of the Kitfox. And then we'll go fly somewhere and go for a ride. All right, here we go. There you have it, guys. Kitfox compatible adult scooters that have great range, good power, and are just fun to ride. So if you guys are interested in these, there is a link in the description down below for a discount for you guys who are watching. The discount goes through Memorial Weekend here. And if you guys are interested, check them out. It's a good option, good way to travel, and then have transportation on the other end.